I first saw the intro, I was like, yo, who is that little man? Is that a child? That's all I could say.
I said, they gonna have to explain that.
Make it look more wild.
Yes, because he got a full mask.
Yes.
John Cena was out of fucking breath at the end. You see him with old boy on his shoulder?
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to it.
He's breathing heavy.
I just always, because every time
I'm like, is this a one shot?
I be looking at the bird, man.
Yeah. Oh, eagerly, yeah.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Cinecism. I'm Eric.
It's your boy Dante, man, and today we're going to be doing a review on the new DC original series, Peacemaker.
Peacemaker stars John Cena. The events of this show take place directly after the Suicide Squad film. It stars with Peacemaker recovering from his wounds. Bloodsport shot him in the neck. Apparently, he survived that somehow. At the end of that movie, I had no idea this show was coming. So I didn't expect, I thought that was going to be the ending.
Me
but
too.
I understand why they chose to proceed with his character, because obviously he was one of the favorites from the film. He's shortly after recruited by Amanda Waller. They're caught up hunting these alien butterflies or some shit. They secretly trying to take over the planet. They do this by they enter the human body through the mouth, but when they go to the brain, so them people be out of there, right?
Oh yeah. Did you see what happened to that police officer? That's when I knew. Like I was like, okay, maybe they still. Yeah, I was like, okay, maybe when the butterflies die, it's a chance.
They get in that bitch to be driving.
Yeah, right. I was like, oh, they drilling through that bitch, because it was, yeah. Anyway, that was so violent.
It was kind of gross how they go into your body.
Absolutely.
But they also have other villains that have their own motives throughout the series as well, such as the White Dragon, who is Peacemaker's racist father. He wasn't a superhero, he was a super villain, and looks like he came out of retirement to attempt to kill his son. So we got that to deal with as well. They have to deal with a lot of opposing forces in order to accomplish their overall mission.
On top of all of the other plot points, the show actually has a heart too, man. It's pretty interesting to see, but we do a deep dive on Peacemaker and his character and get to see why he is the way he is, why we get to see his relationship with his dad. And honestly, with a few of the characters, really, they get some development in terms of their background. And, you know, a lot of these folks are kind of somber and somewhat broken at heart. So we get to see why they are the way that they are. I thought that was really cool, too. This show leans pretty heavily on the team dynamic. They struggle with trusting one another because they're really like a motley crew of ragtag folks. They don't know each other prior to this. You know, a big part of this show is them bonding, too, and becoming closer and things like that, which I thought was really cool. That's when this show has a lot more of those moments where you wouldn't expect it, but it was certainly welcoming and really, honestly, well done.
You want to get into Peacemaker?
Let's talk about him.
Yeah, let's talk about John Cena as Peacemaker. Even before the Suicide Squad film, I never knew much about Peacemaker. I know I saw him in the Justice League Unlimited series. I know he used to be there, but even then, he had like rare cameos. In that show, he was very, very stern and about the mission. It was cool to see them kind of reinvent him in this the film and in the show. Way more comedic, but he's also given a lot more background, and you can kind of see why he's the way he is and what his history relationship is with his father and with his late brother, who he ended up accidentally killing as children due to his father's fucking negligence. I mean, that's putting it lightly. He's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I really like what John Cena brought to this role. I like John Cena in general. I like him by about as much as I like The Rock. He just seems like he's just having fun with it, man. And seeing him interact with the other people in the show was fun too, especially Vigilante, which I gotta talk about later because he probably was my favorite character in the show. Yeah. He knows how to be stupid and fun when he needs to, but he also can bring the intensity to the serious moments too.
I didn't know that this was something that I cared about until I got it, because honestly, I liked this character a lot, but I was indifferent on getting a series about Peacemaker until I started watching it. I was like, oh, this show is actually really good. It's funny, action is really well done, and of course they got James Gunn to back it, which he did the last Suicide Squad movie, so it makes sense. Tonally it has a similar feel to that movie, and even visually too, man. So it was cool kind of coming off the heels of that movie into a series, which I thought piggybacked off it really well.
I think everybody played their roles pretty well. His father was a trip, man.
Like, oh my God.
Out of control.
That guy, man, so fucking unlikable, bro. He's terrible to his son. I mean, obviously he's racist, and they really dialed that up a lot too, but I was like, damn. I thought they were gonna like give him
like
some...
redeem him.
Yeah! Yeah.
No, he is who he is.
He committed fully to this too, man. Like I said, everybody really dialed it up in terms of their characters, I thought. Vigilante, like you said, I think that probably was my favorite character too, next to John Cena. But them two together, they have this childish ignorance about both of them where they just, it's like this playful banter that they have, but they also very lethal. You know what I'm saying? I thought Vigilante, honestly, when they first introduced him, I didn't think that he was going to be cold.
Yeah.
I thought he was just going to be kind of like the comedic relief and kind of a goof. He's a goof, but he is a stone cold murderer. Like, I said, oh shit, like he actually very talented. He got a lot of skills.
I kind of felt like you. I thought he was just going to be like just a joke. Just somebody that was just crazy.
Yeah.
That was just pretending to be a superhero.
Yes.
Nah, he cold with the hands and the weapons.
Yes.
He has no qualms about killing people either. I mean, man, in fact, he encourages and enjoys it. His suit pretty cold.
Yes, I like his visual. You know what it remind me of? Remember Beetleborgs?
Oh, yeah.
What's that samurai character name?
Masked Rider?
Masked Rider. Mm-hmm. That's exactly who he looks like. Yeah, color scheme and the eyes too, like that redness. Yeah, Masked Rider for sure.
God, them shows are actually bad. I don't know you.
Nigga, all of them. Power Rangers included.
Power Rangers was better than both.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Which is
Beetleborgs was actually horrible.
When they weren't the suits,
yes, but when they weren't fighting
everything else
with them
bad.
kids and that Jay Leno clown, I thought that was Jay Leno for the longest. It's not him, but they
well, clearly. Yeah.
It was great to see old girl too, Tasty from Orange Is the New Black.
That's all I get. That's all I ever call her. I don't even know her real name.
Me neither, and I feel bad for that because she's great in this show too.
The fact that she's Amanda Waller's daughter is very interesting.
Did you know Amanda Waller had a daughter?
I know Amanda Waller, but I don't know a lot about her personal life or her history. Every time I see her, she's in a leadership capacity and pretty much directing people or trying to plot against people.
You know, it's interesting you say that. Yeah, because that might be something new that they're trying because as far as we know of her character, she's really more like a commander-in-chief. We don't know her personally. I'm sure she has a personal life, but we don't know shit about it. Yeah, right.
She don't seem the type.
Yeah, right.
What do you think of the CGI in this show?
Pretty well done, honestly. You know, the ego obviously is so blatantly fake, but
yeah, but I thought it looked decent.
That's what I said. That's what I was literally just about to say is that even though it's clearly CGI, it don't look bad.
It doesn't like at all. Like in a lot of shots, it was pretty convinever.
The fact he has a pet ego, that's ridiculous.
Exactly what I was about.
It's ridiculous. So you have
an endangered species.
They never addressed that. He just has a bald eagle as a pet, a very well trained bald eagle too. So he's had him for a minute. This show has a lot of really great action scenes. That scene where he first encountered that woman who was a butterfly that he came home with from the club. That whole like the way they shot it was incredible actually, and it was probably one of the best scenes in the show, man.
Yeah, that's what hooked me on the show. I was like, okay.
It had dimensions to it too. They were fighting all over the apartment, by the way. And then they were fighting outside of the apartment in the parking lot. It was just really, really cool, man. Really that scene at the end where they're all fighting almost like, almost like Avengers style where they all in one place fighting a large group of enemies. I thought that was so dope. So well done, man.
And these people get fucked up in this show.
Nigga, listen,
keep in mind too, these are not super powered beings, even though they live in a world where superheroes and supervillains exist. They just regular people who, you know, they have some advanced tech, but they still just normal people, so they be getting hurt.
The thing that I appreciate about this show is, like you mentioned, they're getting hurt. They're not invincible people. Like, even Vigilante is highly skilled, you know, of course, Peacemaker as well, but they're not like super powered individuals. People was getting fucked up in that last scene, man.
I thought a couple of them died.
Yes.
For sure. Hardcore, I thought she was dead. She got shot the fuck up.
Absolutely. Even Vigilante, he got
blown up.
It was so, but before he like fell and he threw that knife and hit over, I was like, man, this nigga cold, bro. Like, I do not love Vigilante, bro. That scene that they had with Judo Master when he first fought him outside of the, I guess that politician's
he was a problem.
Nobody knew that he was that lethal, bro. And I mean, obviously you gonna underestimate him because of his stature, but even with that, like, he was the coldest person on the show. He had a hard time killing him when he was halfway injured, and when boy had to get ready to fight him, I said, boy, just lay down. down. I was so scared for him, bro. I thought he was
gonna kill him too. Oh my god, yo, that's the end where he tried to go help and he tripped.
His leg.
Fucking leg. Like, damn, bro.
How did that even happen, bro?
He just ain't built for this. He was very behind the scenes person, man. Like, he was even like, how the fuck? Because that's what I was thinking.
The fact that the bone came up, it was like that violent of an injury for that minimal motion was just, like you said, speaks to how inequipped he is for fighting of any kind. On another note, I appreciate the comedy of this show. It is funny, and I think it hits the comedic beats most of the time.
Yeah, most.
What I will say is that they do have a tendency to kind of let those jokes go on a little long. Like, they do that whole thing where it's like,
they be lingering.
It's like, okay, the joke is over. That doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen enough where I would mention it. It kind of takes away from some of the more comedic moments I felt. It didn't ruin it for me overall. Like I said, they don't do it all the time, but the moments that they did are very noticeable. It's like, okay. I also lastly appreciated the tie-in to the Justice League, and it helps make the world feel real when regular people talk about these heroes, because it would be a topic of conversation, almost like celebrity gossip, in a sense, where people would mention these heroes, but when they have these worlds where it's supposed to be set in the same world, but they never talk about like Superman or Batman or iconic heroes from that world, it really makes it feel kind of disjointed. So I appreciate when they do that.
Yeah, having said that, the appearance of the Justice League at the end, I did not think was necessary. Maybe one of them, but not.
Well, it was only two of them. They CGI'd Superman, Wonder Woman.
I know. So why they there?
Yeah.
This is my point.
That's
you know what I'm saying? If that's how you're going to do it, just show one or two members, because this wasn't even a Justice League whole team level event anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't
like one or two of them can fuck everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're going to do it like that, why include them?
I feel like this was a response into where people often be like, well, where were the Justice League? Where were the hero? But you didn't need all of them here. Like you said, just the Flash alone.
The Justice League do that all the time. Like, they send out a couple people here or there. It don't always be the entire team responding to events. It just depends on the level of concern. I mean, I guess this was considered a global event, but like I said, if you're going to show the Justice League, then show them. Don't show some of them and then show the rest in shadow. It was weird.
Yeah, it was.
It was a weird creative decision.
Yeah.
That it made me like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
Overall, I thought Peacemaker was pretty fun. Actually, it was better than what I expected. Some of the comedy, as Dante mentioned, it went on a little longer than necessary, but most of the jokes I laughed at, or at least chuckled at. But I also just liked the chemistry between the team. The action scenes were surprisingly well done as well. CG was decent, especially for a show or a series, but I know HBO got that, they got different money over there, so so it was the quality of it is what I expected. I'm gonna give Peacemaker a 8 out of 10.
This show was a very pleasant surprise, man. Coming off the heels of that last Justice League movie, which I liked. I didn't really need a follow-up with any of the characters, but I appreciated this one. I really thought that they did a really good job at continuing that type of story and that type of energy. It's like small in scale, but moments in this show feel pretty grand, overall. And especially when it comes to these action scenes, they really took the time to get these shots down. And I always kind of praise DC for that in general. I think they kind of lead. If there was an area where they're one up in Marvel, I do think it's in the way that they shoot their action scenes overall. That's kind of throughout the movies I see. So I never have a problem in that area. But this show in particular, I thought just did a really good job. Overall, I'm going to give this show an 8.5. I think that it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you enjoyed the Suicide Squad movie. This is very in line with that. And it certainly got a similar tone and visuals as well. So I think you'd like it if you like that.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to our review of the HBO series Peacemaker. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any suggested reviews you'd like to see us do on this channel, please drop a comment below.
Absolutely. And if you guys have seen the Peacemaker series, please let us know what you thought. How'd you feel about the show overall? How do you feel about John Cena as Peacemaker? And do you want to see another season of this show as well? What were some of your favorite moments? We'd like to know that also. We appreciate y'all, man.
Thank y'all.
Peace.
Peace.